Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Friday, May 5th. We saw very active weather across the board yesterday, gusts up to about 70 miles an hour, over 900 cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, and some pretty significant gust nados in some portions of the Snake Plain and Magic Valley. But looking ahead, we got active and cooler weather pattern will continue through the weekend as unsettled weather continues to bring some chances for thunderstorms, and I'll be breaking that down for you this morning. Keyboards we're going to focus on today. Active weather will continue through the weekend. We're looking at scattered rain showers and thunderstorms continuing. Again, major hazards with those storms will center around gusty winds, heavy rain, lightning, and small hail. We're also going to see some pretty appreciative high elevation mountain snow, especially in the central mountains, generally above 6,500 to 7,500 feet, with some reasonable accumulations as you get higher than that. Unsettled weather will continue into early next week as a gradual warming trend persists. We'll see temperatures rebound back into the 50s, 60s, low 70s by midweek, a little bit warmer as we head into the later part of next week as high pressure is favored to return. Satellite view this morning, outside of just a few lightning strikes out there across the southeast highlands this morning, thunderstorm activity has subsided, and we are just continuing to see some wraparound bands of moisture with mostly clear skies prevailing across the Magic Valley and lower Snake Plain this morning. Bigger picture for you, you can see that area low pressure, plenty of moisture to work with, and kind of a parade of storms. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 low pressure systems in the northern Pacific, a couple of blocking ridges of high pressure, keeping them in line with us. We'll keep that active weather trend going into next week. Weather outlook for the next 5 days. Main concerns again will center around rain and thunderstorms each and every day. We're going to be looking at the rain and mountain snow concerns as well. We're looking at some pretty appreciative snowfall as we get above pass level, so certainly backcountry travelers keeping that in mind over the next couple days especially. But again, chances for thunderstorms will continue through the weekend. A little bit less on Sunday, more in that little to none category for the risk hazards as we continue to see some river flooding and sheet flooding impacts, but that is slightly abated given those colder temperatures. Watches, warnings, advisories, and some river information. Not a whole lot's changed as far as this goes. We still have flood warnings in effect for large portions of southeast Idaho. We're expecting some pretty significant snowmelt to continue impacting some of those rivers at either minor, moderate, or action stage for large basins, especially across the southeast highlands. So keeping that in mind, we'll be looking at reservoirs and potentially some reservoirs exceeding capacity in portions of Oneida County over the coming days. So this is a look at yesterday. So we observed over 900 cloud-to-ground lightning strikes yesterday. You can see a very strong concentration of those in the Magic Valley, South Hills, and over towards McCammon up through Mackey. Outside of that, it was pretty quiet across the Upper Valley. We saw increased cloud cover up in this area, which really abated a lot of that intense instability that really helps those thunderstorms generate. And we saw some really clear skies further southwest, and that helped these thunderstorms fire off and produce some pretty impressive storms. We saw strong gusts up to about 68 miles an hour across the Snake Plain. All of these locations here, you can see we saw gusts over 45 miles an hour. And we did get reports of some gust nados. We had some strong outflow winds competing with that line as it was working through. And as you can see in this video here, this was one of the videos that was shared to us. Thank you again for all the reports we had received. This is all very helpful. But you can see here, at least in this video, you can see a gust nado there east of I-15, or I-86, excuse me. And as that came through the area, it was resulting in some minor damage to the area as well. But keeping in mind, this is not a tornado. Again, just a gust nado along the outflow boundary of the thunderstorm. High temperatures and wind gusts for today, so feeling slightly colder, especially in the Upper Valley. We're looking at afternoon highs in the 50s and 60s, maybe 40s across the southeast highlands. With wind gusts this afternoon, generally peaking about 20 to 35 miles an hour, again locally higher in some of those thunderstorms. Severe outlook for again today. We're going to look at widespread chances for thunderstorms. Not a whole lot of change since yesterday, but we are going to see less intense thunderstorms for today. Excessive rainfall outlook will be confined to the northwestern portions of our forecast area, generally up in Blaine, Custer, and as you head out into the Magic Valley, with lesser chances as you head further east. Take a look at that timing for you this morning. So again, we did see some showers and rumble of thunder or two across the southeast highlands this morning, but outside of that, rain will lift north. Again, looking at mostly clear skies prevailing for the morning hours for most, seeing continued showers across portions of central Idaho, and we'll kick things off about 11 to 1 o'clock today, looking at more widespread, at least scattered coverage for those thunderstorms this afternoon. Most of that, again, will take place in the Magic Valley, central mountains, a little bit less favorable as you head further east, but again, some of these storms will be tracking as across the Snake Plain, leading to some heavy precipitation, lightning, gusty winds, so certainly keep an eye on the radar for this afternoon. And showers and thunderstorms will continue through just about sunset as we transition to all showers through the overnight period. Again, maybe just a rumble or thunder or two again in the southeast highlands early tomorrow morning, but should be fairly quiet outside of just some continued shower activity as more progressively widespread rain fills into the central mountains. Here's a look at rain and snowfall amounts today. So generally going to be fairly light as you head further east. Again, best chances for those thunderstorms will be further west today, as evident by the amount of snow and QPF that we're seeing out there for rainfall totals. But anywhere about maybe a 1/10 to 3/10 of an inch. And as far as snowfall goes, generally looking at about 4 to 8 inches, if not more, as you head up into the higher summits around the Wood River Valley and Big Lost Highlands. High temperatures and wind gusts for your Saturday, so slightly cooler. We're looking at afternoon highs in the 40s, 50s, maybe a couple areas sneaking into the low 60s, with afternoon wind gusts in the 20s to about the low 30s. QBF and rain for snow and mounts for Saturday. So looking very light across the board, but generally you're going to seeing about a trace to maybe a tenth, maybe 0.2 of an inch, some of the organized cells that we see. But again, predominantly dry for most, just keeping with that active weather pattern, especially up in central and southern Idaho. And as far as snowfall amounts goes, snowfall amounts will be confined generally above 6,500 to 7,000 feet, with some appreciative snowfall amounts as you head up into the Central Mountains, Bear River Range, and Tetons. Outlook for your Saturday for thunderstorms. Keep it with that chance. Again, keep an eye on the radar for your Saturday. We're still looking at chances for thunderstorms across the entire area. And high temperatures and wind gusts for your Sunday. So starting to slightly warm up, maybe just a little bit, but they're 40s, 50s, and 60s for your Sunday, with afternoon wind gusts in the 20s to low 30s. Outlook for Sunday. Sounding like a broken record, but there you go again. We'll see widespread chances for thunderstorms again for Sunday. A little bit less more widespread, but still keeping with chances for those in the forecast. High temperatures and wind gusts for your Monday. So starting to see that warming trend I mentioned earlier. We're going to have that trend, at least high pressure ridge trying to build in. We'll be at least, parade of those low pressure systems. We'll be keeping temperatures hovering around where we're at right now. But overall, temperatures will begin to trend a little bit warmer early next week. Afternoon highs, 50s, low 60s, with wind gusts about 20 to 30 miles an hour. And by Tuesday, we're starting to see some mid-60s returning back to large portions of the forecast area, with our afternoon highs generally about the 40s and 50s in the mountains, with afternoon gusts about 20 miles an hour. Look at what's to come. So you can see near normal to above normal temperatures are now favored for May 10th through 14th. So we're looking towards the later part of next week into early the following week, seeing that above normal temperatures are favored. And as far as precipitation outlooks, most of that will be pushed further east. Again, that high pressure ridge building in from the Pacific. It's going to help keep things a little bit drier as we head towards the middle part of May. 8 to 14, so we're looking at a little bit more robust, likely above town normal leaning temperatures when it comes to above normal conditions through the middle part of May, so May 12th through 18th. And as respected with that high pressure ridge, some more below normal favored precipitation as we head into that same period. That's about all I got for you this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have a great day.